All right, for this next video, we're going to be talking about a concept called conservation of momentum, which you have to make sure that you understand the topic, otherwise it might be confusing because up until now we talked about how you can change momentums, right? If you provide an impulse, it changes the momentum. So what's the idea of saying conservation of momentum, which implies that nothing changes of the momentum, when we know for facts that it does change? Well, let's think about this. I have a very accurately drawn picture of me after the holidays having eaten too much food, so substantial mass, and I'm coming in and I've got I've got a niece right there, and so she's in this water tube, and we're all just at some water park. I don't know. Now I think it would be fun to go and push her. So I get up some speed, maybe pushing off of the edge of the pool, and I'm traveling this way. I didn't get a very good push though, so I'm moving kind of slow. But she is currently at rest. Now, if we think purely from her perspective, right, as an individual, what she's about to experience is she's about to experience a push. And from that push, right, that force for a certain amount of time, she's going to receive an impulse, and that impulse is going to give her momentum. So sometime later, she will be moving with momentum, right? Because there was a force from me onto her. Now let's think about the individual perspective of me in this tube. As I go towards her, I push off of hers, but what I experience is her tube pushing back on me. Yeah, I initiated the push, but there's no way for me to push the tube without the tube pushing back on me. So even while I give her momentum because of my push, her tube pushes back on me, and so I experience a force the other direction. And that force the other direction reduces the amount of momentum that I have now. And that's all well and good, right? Two impulses, my impulse onto her, the tube's impulse onto me. So when I think of the system, the full group, right? My full group in this situation is just the two tubes with the people on them. I push on her tube pushes back on me. The amount that she gained, so let's say she started at no momentum, and let's say by this point she gains 6 kilograms per second of momentum. Well, if I started with a momentum of 10 kilograms per second of momentum, when I hit her, I'm about to lose 6 kilograms per second of momentum. My new final momentum is 4 kilograms per second of momentum. So let's talk about the whole story, right? Initially, 10 plus 0 was the total amount of momentum. Afterwards, she has 6 and I have 4. 4 plus 6 is the total amount of momentum. P initial total equals P final total. Right? I've got the 10 plus 0 equals 6 plus 4. True statement. The reason this is because of Newton's third law. Right? Newton's third law says as hard as you push on a different object, that object will push back on you. And so there's no way around it. If I have some force on you, you are going to have some force on me. And then for as long as I'm touching you, you're touching for the same amount of time. There's no way to get around that. So we have the same amount of time and the same amount of force, and so the same amount of impulse happens for both people. As much as she gains is how much I lose. All right? Now, you could envision this situation many, many different ways, right? If she was in the one that was moving, if I was the stationary one, if we started together and pushed away, all cases, if you start with the initial totals and you add them up, they will end up equaling the final totals. All right? We'll do some more practice problems with that in a minute, but these are the concepts. All right?